From people complaining that Zag D Films doesn't credit the real stories, to accusing Zag of using AI to make his videos. Zag D Films is one of the biggest creators on YouTube, and when you reach that level of fame, you don't just gain fans, you attract critics. And some of them don't just dislike you, they make it their full-time job to bring you down. And these are the dumbest attempts to cancel Zag D Films. To start things off, when Zag D Films first started blowing up on YouTube, people were totally in love with his content. His videos weren't like any other YouTube short. Zag made shorts about the stuff everyone wonders about but never says out loud. However, as Zag's channel started getting bigger, people suddenly started finding problems with the smallest things. And one of the first problems people found was that Zag didn't credit the original stories. So when Zag posted a story about a woman who was hit by a meteorite,
a meteor headed straight for a small house, where a woman inside was napping on her couch. The rock smashed into a wooden radio, bouncing off and slamming into her side.
A lot of people in the comments were busy talking about the story itself, but over on Reddit, people started complaining that Zag never mentioned the name of the event or gave any details to help find the original story, and implied that he was hiding the source on purpose. And a lot of viewers joined that bandwagon and even accused Zag of exploiting the algorithm so people can come and interact with the video more. But here's what most of those comments completely miss. Zag's content isn't a reaction video. He takes stories that are usually not talked about often and converts them into something you can understand in under a minute. So when people on Reddit complain that Zag is not really showing the full story, they are missing the point of short-form content. When you're trying to make a story accessible to millions of people in less than 60 seconds, you can't waste time by always name-dropping every source. Sometimes you have to focus on the emotion of the story and not the paperwork behind it. And even then, Zag never tries to pass these stories off as his own. He gives just enough details, just enough clues, so that anyone curious can find the original story themselves. Like even in the meteorite story, fans on YouTube ended up finding the story and sharing the info about it. And in another video where Zag talked about a bear attacking a woman from under her toilet,
as she sat down on the outhouse toilet, something reached up and scratched her butt. She screamed, thinking it was a squirrel. But when her brother lifted the seat, he came face to face with a black bear.
A quick Google search was all it took to find the real story. In similar fashion, when Zag told the story of the baby bird who took an Uber,
the baby bird fell and hit the ground hard, and a man saw the whole thing. Immediately, he texted a picture to a wildlife rescue, who told him to bring the bird in. But he couldn't drive his car because he was drunk, so he ordered an Uber.
Just typing the title of Zag's video linked the news articles of the actual incident. What Zag is doing is not a lack of credit. It's an open invitation to research. In a world full of brain-rot content that adds nothing to our lives, Zag makes us pause for a second and actually think, and sometimes even look up the stories that caught our attention. Not to mention that his stories have a lot of transformative value to them. As soon as the credit controversy started to fade, the internet needed a fresh reason to try to cancel Zag. So when Zag posted a video about what happened when a man shot an armadillo,
the bullet actually ricocheted off and headed back towards the man. It ended up hitting him right in the jaw.
People on Reddit were not happy. A lot of Redditors started questioning whether all the facts were right. While some were claiming Zag makes up lies in all his stories, one guy went as far as to claim how it was pretty much impossible for the shooter to get hurt as an armadillo's shell is not strong enough. However, just a quick Google search showed that the incident was very much real. Just like Zag showed in the video, the bullet deflected from the shell of the armadillo and hit the man right in the jaw. But to be fair, Zag has made mistakes too. Like that time when Zag messed up and claimed that Kentucky Fried Chicken was rebranded to KFC to avoid licensing fees. But when he found out that he was wrong, he immediately issued an apology video and publicly admitted that he messed up.
A few days ago, I posted a video about why Kentucky Fried Chicken changed their name to KFC, and my explanation was wrong.
And that's the thing about Zag. When he's wrong, he owns up to it. He doesn't delete or hide his mistakes. He admits them and moves on. By this point, Zag had already survived being cancelled due to fake internet outrage. But then came the next accusation, and that was probably one of the most demeaning ones for Zag. Because when when people saw Zag getting billions of views on his shorts, they started copying him. But instead of hiring real animators, they used AI. Dozens of tutorials show up online sharing ways to make videos exactly like Zag. And soon enough, people started asking if Zag was also using AI for his videos. And honestly, it made sense why they thought that. Because Zag uploads a lot of high-quality videos every single day, so people assumed there's no way an actual team could keep up with that pace. But they couldn't be more wrong. At one time, Zag has a team of at least 25 animators handling about 30 assignments per week, and this information was revealed by none other than an ex-animator for Zack D Films. And on top of that, Zag is constantly on the lookout for more animators, and even right now, he has 7 positions open for 3D animators on his LinkedIn. And to give a rough idea, Zag pays about $1,000 to his animators for 20 to 45 seconds of animation, making sure his team is valued for the insane effort they put in. When people can't understand how someone works that hard, they assume it must be AI. However, when nobody believed that Zag is using AI for his videos, people started thinking of new ways to cancel him. And soon enough, multiple people started posting on Reddit that Zag's content is getting weirder. People started complaining that Zag's videos are getting too graphic and too gore. While some people defend Zag, saying his channel is a collection of things he finds interesting, and his channel is just full of fun facts, other people were not so kind, and accused Zag of running out of ideas to talk about by sharing videos of him talking about people having diarrhea on a plane. And a few even accused Zag of using shock value to get views. But these people are missing the bigger picture. Zag's goal was never to make wholesome, comfortable content. His videos are supposed to make you feel something. Whether it's fear or curiosity, Zag wants to make you stop scrolling. And when he covers stories like the toddler who bit a cobra, he's simply bringing a real, shocking moment to light.
The cobra wrapped itself around the toddler's hands. Before anyone could react, he leaned down and bit its head.
Zag didn't add all the details for attention, he just reported what happened. And the truth is, Zag's videos stand out because he's not afraid to show the raw side of reality. So when he talks about a woman who licks other people's eyeballs, he is sharing a real story of a woman from Bosnia actually doing it. He's not cutting details to trick the algorithm. He pushes boundaries and draws in new viewers, even if it costs some loyal fans. In a space where most creators recycle trends for views, Zag dares to make you uncomfortable to share stories you wouldn't have known otherwise. By this point, people had run out of valid complaints, so the attempts to cancel him started getting really weird. And suddenly, people were mad about the fact that Zag D Films was everywhere. There are multiple Reddit threads with people saying things like, "Why is this guy on every subreddit?" or how they just unsubbed from Oddly Terrifying because they were sick of Zag D Films. And somehow, that became a reason to hate him. Zag is not the one posting those videos on different subreddits. It's the fans who do it. It's the people who love sharing his stories because they feel connected to it and want to share it with others. So when people started blaming Zag and unsubscribing from subreddits to avoid his videos, it wasn't because Zag flooded his content into their feed. It was because the content Zag made was so interesting that people couldn't stop sharing it. But if there's one thing that really kept fueling this endless hate cycle, one place where the chaos never stopped, it wasn't Reddit. It was Zag's own comment section. Zag D Films' comment section is an entirely different world. A quick scroll through any of his shorts and you'll start to see a pattern. Zag never fails to traumatize us. Animators need a raise. These animations are getting better. New fear unlocked. Some people go as far as to call his comment section one of the worst ones on YouTube. There are whole threads dedicated to mocking Zag's comment section and talking about how nearly every video has the same top remarks. But underneath all those repetitive comments, there's a serious issue: the bots. If you dig deeper into Zag D Films' comment section, you'll find messages that don't belong there. "Play Gacha Life with me." "Don't translate this." "We have to cancel Zag D Films." Some of them are harmless spam, but others take things a little too far. Zag's comment section has a lot of comments from UTTP, short for YouTube Troll Police. UTTP started in the 2010s as one simple idea of calling out the trolls and protecting YouTube, but somewhere along the way they became the trolls themselves. Instead of policing hate or spam, they filled comment sections with nonsense messages, fake warnings, and offensive language. Many of their accounts copied real users and even profile pictures of Mr. Beast to trick people. They also post shady links, spammed videos, and harass creators for attention. And Zag's channel has become one of their main targets, not because of anything he's done, but because of how visible his content is. Every time a short goes viral, the bots swarm in, trying to bury the genuine comments underneath waves of spam. A lot of people want Zag to address the situation, but it's an issue that Zag can't resolve on his own. He will need YouTube's help to get all his fake accounts banned and never allowed to comment again. Although amid all the copied jokes and troll spam, there's always that one genuine comment of a real fan who shares the real names or details from the story, so others can look it up themselves. It's proof that even in the most chaotic corners of YouTube, Zag's community keeps showing up for him.